benefits of wetlands include that they filter sediments, pollutants, and nutrients, provide open space and enhance property values, they help slow water flow and prevent flooding, they have a sponge-like quality that allows water to be returned to the ground during dry periods, and they support diverse wildlife, including 1/3 of the nation's threatened and endangered species. According to the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency, 1 acre of wetlands can hold up to 1.5 million gallons of water. Common indicators of hydrology in wetlands include flooding, saturated soils, flood debris, silt-stained leaves, watermarks, surface water, a high water table, sediment deposits, and inundation visible on aerial imagery. J.T. Groppensberger, a professional wetland scientist, is going to tell us a little bit more about typical wetland vegetation found in Pennsylvania.
Some of the plants that we encounter a lot in Pennsylvania are jewelweed, which we have right here. We have New York ironweed right next to it, which is this purple flower. And in the front here we have some reed canary grass, which grows quite prolifically. And over here, this bush is black willow.
Here is a closer look at some of the species that JT showed us. This is jewelweed.
Here's one of the other things that you can do with a wetland plant. This is just jewelweed. You can break it off, juice will come out. If you have a bug bite, you can just rub it on there and it takes the pain away.
New York ironweed, reed canary grass, and black willow.
Some of the other species that we have are red osier dogwood and Joe Pye weed.
Here is a closer look at red osier dogwood and Joe Pye weed. Next, JT will show us how to do a soil sample to determine if hydric soils are present.
What we do is we dig a hole, we use an auger, makes it a little simpler. But pretty much we look at the top of the soil, which is a darker color. We'll set that aside for right now. We'll hit it a little bit, we get our next color, which is about 2 inches down. We'll hit it again. Get a little bit more. You can see it changes quite a bit again. Get all the soil out. Go back in for some more. Not only does the color change, but the texture. We're into a more sandy soil now.
What did it feel like before?
Before it was more of a silt texture, which is smoother like flour. So now we'll take this and we can look it up in our Munsell color book.
Here is a closer look at the Munsell Soil Color Chart book, which JT is using to identify the color of the soils he has found.
He has had colors on this page for the most part, which is 7.5 YR page. So we'll take it, look from behind, and we get a match on 7.5 YR 44. And we'll go ahead and put that on our data sheet at approximately 10 inches.
This hole marks the location of where the soil sample and wetland vegetation identification took place. Here's an example of some of the many species that make their home in wetlands. As you can see, there are many insects, birds, amphibians, reptiles, fish, mammals, and plant species that all live in wetlands. Now that you have learned a little bit about wetlands, I hope that you will do your best to help protect the wetlands in Pennsylvania.